Assalamualaikum everybody and welcome to Podcast with Ammi. Today I have this fantastic guest. I've been wanting to bring her on for so long, Wardah K Eeman. And a lot of you might know her as an entrepreneur. She's the woman behind Funko. She's done really successful clothing labels in the past. But today I wanted to talk to her about a journey that she's been on, I think now for 3 years, to become a better Muslim herself, and then to also raise her 3 girls in the most mindful way that I've seen somebody do it. So hi Wardah.
Hi Ayesha.
How are you?
Thank you for that lovely introduction. Doesn't sound like me. You're talking about somebody else.
No, but Wardah, tell me, obviously I've known you in a lot of the phases of your life. I've known you as a designer, then I've known you as the entrepreneur behind Funko, but I think the journey towards Islam is recent or not that recent?
I think I've been spiritual my entire life. I've prayed and I've had a connection with God, and I think God has helped me stay connected, remain connected through all stages of my life. And I don't think faith is ever a singular straight line journey. I feel like it's always a spiral. I feel like sometimes it comes, sometimes it goes. One Ramadan you might have amazing, the next one you might struggle to even fast. So I feel like that journey and that's a part of our deen as well. It's something that God tells us that it happens. We just need to remain constant. We need to remain mindful. So I started, I think, when I took my first step towards being slightly more was probably post-COVID, when I saw a lot of people had gone, just, people who were sitting and, they were fine, and then suddenly this happened and, everything shut down, and then we lost so many people. I think that was kind of a turning point where in my head I was kind of like, what is the purpose of life? Why are we here? And there has to be something bigger, okay? I can't just, be living this mundane life and just leave. I was just having these thoughts and all that, and a friend of mine had started this Quran class, and I messaged her if I could go and attend it. And God says repeatedly that you take 1 step towards me, you walk towards me, I'll take 10, you walk towards me, I come running. So for me, it was 100% true in that sense, where I attended that one class and I said, Sarah, can I please join your class? I begged her, and she was like, yeah, of course, join it. So I think when I started my journey with the Quran, I think we are taught Islam wrong. I feel like I was taught from a standpoint of fear. Har waqt ke God is going to burn you in hell, you're going to burn in hell, your har cheez is dozak mein jana hai, dozak mein jana hai. What the Sufis believe and what now luckily I got in touch with this Quran teacher who comes from a point of love. You've attended his class, you know that his whole approach to Islam, to Allah, to the Prophet and to the Quran is a place, you have to come from a place of love. So he has built, in 4 years, he's built that connection with the Quran, and I feel like we can't have a connection with God or with the Prophet till we start a journey somewhere. So I started my journey personally. Har bande ki journey is different. Yours might start, you started doing zikr first, or you started, going to mazars and you got a connection with the Prophet. Or you might be you do ibadat, tahajjud, or whatever. My journey with God, my connection with God started when I opened his book. When I started, I had Qurans lying all over and I hadn't touched them in years. कोई अल्लाह माफ़ करे कोई मर गया तो आप सूरत यासीन पढ़ लेते हैं या फातिहा पढ़ लेते हैं. उसके अलावा I had zero connection with the Quran, zero. And I felt when I started learning, I realized that a Quran it's something, it's a journey, and it's never ending. The more you read it, you've come to the classes, you read the same ayat 10 times, it means 10 different things on 10 different days.
Yeah.
It speaks to you. It's a book that has so much depth and so much, every single time you read it, so there's no end to that. But that journey started me on multiple other journeys where, once I started doing that,
so wasn't it hard for you to, when you went to the first Quran class, wasn't it hard to remain consistent? Life happens, kids happen. How did you ensure that you would show up?
I believe in discipline a lot. I believe that you need to have discipline, and I feel like to pray 5 times a day, I have to have discipline. when I was, if I was, I used to play tennis and all that, I never smoked because of my discipline, I feel like discipline teaches you a lot of things, and for me that I have to do these 2 classes. Of course, I was supported by my husband and by, my family and everyone. They were like, हाँ ठीक है, ये 2 दिन इसने करने हैं अपनी class, so it's fine. Let her do her thing. And the rest of the time, I was doing whatever else I have to do. But I think that internal shift started happening at that point. And then you start, like, I don't know, God kind of, you start losing people, you start getting people, and I feel like who you surround yourself with is half of your deen.
Yes. Yes.
And we don't realize that, we say, "Hey, no one's going to influence us." That's bullshit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word, because even if you're not influenced, your benchmarks for what's okay and what's not okay is blurred. We feel like, oh my God, I'm itna bada kaam kar rahe hain, we're reading the Quran. There are people who hifz kar rahe hain. There are people who've left their homes, who are going to Egypt and Syria, who are just going to study the Quran. So we're nothing when you look at it's who you surround yourself and who your benchmarks of normal is. So I think that my journey with the Quran really, really, put me on this path. Then the Giving Nest happened after that as well. It was just like...
Tell us about the Giving Nest.
The Giving Nest basically was an NGO that was started by me and my friend Momina, and it was just mothers who thought, let's, we need to do something more than just living. And for our kids who live like such an entitled life, who have no idea asal mein, what realities of life are. And I feel like living in Pakistan, our kids need to know, that there is, it's not okay that, you can have a 10,000 rupee meal and not be concerned that there are people who, that's their, monthly income. So I felt like that kind of, I had to show that to my kids. So we started this initiative with just the school moms taking their kids to the orphanages. And then it just, again, like how I told you, God, that whole snowball effect. It started off with just maybe 10 or 15 women, and then it became, now we're inshallah soon going to be registered, and we've got such incredible dynamic women who are on the admin. We work with Children's Hospital, we work with Child Protection Bureau, we work with the communal hub in the red light area, and we've got teams working everywhere, these dedicated, incredible women. And that's what I mean by when you surround yourself with, and when we sit together, when we talk, when we meet, even in the Quran class, these are women that are not talking about clothes or bags or kaun si sale lag rahi hai, or where are you traveling. Everybody does all of that anyway. All our admin members, we do all that, but it's like the side of what we do. And this is, when we sit, that's the energy that we bring. So I feel like it's important for our kids to also know that it's okay that, you don't need to be the kind of person who needs to get ready, who needs to have the latest shoes or the latest handbags to find happiness. Because you'll find that the most unhappy people are the richest people. The most depressants, the most suicidal. So money, that's a clear example for you that money doesn't buy happiness. So we have to teach our children what happiness and peace is. And if you nurture them in a way that, hum zyada se zyada we can show them the path. Uske baad baaki unhone hi karna hai, whatever they have to do, that's up to them. But I feel like as parents, it's our responsibility that we need to show them, the school, the girls will show you something else. You have to go to Sephora, you have to buy this, you need to do this. For my 12-year-old, she's in a constant go, but you have to show them that that's not, this rat race never finishes. Hamari age mein nahi khatam hoti hai, so inke liye to it's the beginning.
Yeah.
So then I kind of...
But you mentioned losing people. Who did you lose, and was that hard?
No, I just mean, when you're aligned in a certain way, so many people would tell me, oh, don't put so many Islamic balls, you'll lose friends, people will think that you're only one-dimensional. I was like, I'm actually not one-dimensional. I have so many.
And those who know you know that you're not.
I choose not to do certain things. I will not go out on a weekday. I will not.
But that was even before Islam, no?
It's not Islam, it's just discipline for me.
But that was always there.
I was not a very going out person, and luckily my husband also is not so much. So I make my plans on the weekends. But people are like, oh, why can't you just come out, or why can't you just go for a lunch, or why can't you just do? I was like, I'm busy. I'm actually, and that post picking up my kids, I have to take them for, their tennis or swimming or whatever they have to do. Uske baad they have homework, uske baad they, and if my husband is giving me a life that, I don't need to do anything for, I don't need to work, I don't need to do all that, it's my responsibility that I give that time to my children. And I feel like I'm answerable to God, I'm answerable to him, I'm answerable to everybody.
And to your kids.
And answerable to my kids. I need to give that time to them. So that is my dedicated time to them. Weekdays, then I sleep early. I wake up early because I need to, I need to pray, I need to do all of that. So I don't compromise on my sleep. I need to be in bed by 10 o'clock.
And you're up at what time?
I wake up at different times. I wake up at Tahajjud, then I sleep, then I wake up for Fajr.
So Tahajjud, you wake up at 4?
Aajkal I'm waking up around 3. I wake up at 3. Beach mein, there are so many patches that I can't wake up. Like this, I think 4 weeks ho gaya ab. Weekends where I wake up, weekdays where I have not been able to wake up. I wake up like maybe around 5:36 just for my kids pick up, and then I pray Fajr. But Tahajjud meri miss ho rahi hai. So it's a spiral. It's like, sometimes it happens, sometimes it goes. But I feel like maybe I'm getting older, but like I need more sleep. I am not able to function without sleep.
Yeah.
So, but that's why I need to be in bed at 10 o'clock. So yeah, I lost people because I wasn't meeting people. Like, people go out during the week. The most important thing is that you don't judge anyone. I don't judge anybody.
Yeah.
I don't judge anybody. Like, I feel like, people have different paths, they have different journeys. So some people, it's important, they need to do that. I have done it. I'm 42 now, I have done it, I've been there, and it didn't make me happy. Now, being in that kind of place actually gives me anxiety. I can meet everybody.
So you've done the weekday partying, and you used to be like super social.
Yeah.
And like super outgoing and super like a party every night.
I know, but so you have to.
Did that change after the kids, or did that change more after Islam?
No, I don't think it was. I don't think I ever planned it. It was Eeman and I, when we were in Dubai, we were very social. Eeman likes to go out a lot as well at that time, and we used to go out a lot. Uske baad, when we would visit here, it would be like, we would be going out because we'd be visiting, and it would be occasional. So, you just go out, you just meet everybody at a party, and, you're... Now I just feel like when you're living here, I need to make and thank God Eeman's at the same space as well. Like, it's really difficult to drag him out of the house to do anything. Yeah. So he works a lot, and he's travels a lot. So when he's here, he likes we're all around him, and that the weekends are basically like at home. I'm very conscious about places that I visit. It's people who I value, and people who are special to me. Obviously, I make an effort for them, but generally, I avoid lunches. I've never done kitties. I'm not a kitty person at all.
What about school mom breakfasts?
I can do anything in the morning. I'm okay. When they say let's do a breakfast, I'll be like, yeah, let's do a walk, and then we can go and grab a coffee. Let's go for
And what do they generally say? Are they like no?
A lot of them actually done so many things. It's funny, you'll see these girls who are all high clam, and they come and they'll do my walk with me in the morning, because it's whoever wants to value time, who wants to spend time with me, they'll make time for me. We made my breakfast birthday plan, and everybody was like, we're going to do a lunch. I was like, guys, I can't do lunch because I have to pick up my kids. It's exam week, it's in December. So they all woke up for me to have breakfast with me. So people do, people who want you in their life, they'll make that time for you. And people who don't, it's good. I feel like God has drifted people away from me, and
but do you
protecting me.
How many people do you feel you need in life?
Not many.
No. How many do you think is a good number?
I think you need your family. You need that support. And I feel like even if you have 5 or 6 good friends, who you call good friends, who you can actually who can understand your journey, who can understand you had Madhya on your show, she's one of my mentors as well.
I love Madiha.
I know. So, her journey, and there's such incredible people that we met. And, I begged her to go join The Giving Nest, like literally begged her. She was like, I'm so busy. I was like, I don't know, I don't care. And now look at the amount of work that she does. It's just incredible.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah. So I feel like God has put like such amazing, amazing people in my life. And, if there are a few that have been like, who are on a different journey, it's okay. Like, I don't think I would change my journey for, or change.
To fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Wardah, the need to seek like validation from the people around us is, I don't know, I feel it's like so Lahori, and maybe it's also human to an extent, but it's definitely very much a product of the culture we've all grown in.
It's definitely more.
It's Lahore, I think, like, is the worst kind of place to...
So this is one of the biggest things that I keep trying to explain to my kids, that you do not need validation. So, obviously we all need validation. We're posting on social media, we're doing things, we need validation, we need to feel like what we're doing. But there's a certain level of validation that, you can, which is normal. And then there is, you live your entire life for validation. Like, I couldn't care less if somebody thought, okay, this woman is crazy and she's stupid, she's this, she's fake, she's whatever. I couldn't care less, because it doesn't affect my life. This is what I was trying to teach my children as well. Kid, validation, you don't. If the azan is happening, whether I'm in the tennis court, whether I'm in the riding school with them, whether I'm in swimming, they've seen that I will stop and pray. And it's not because,
because people are watching, are you making a post on social media?
It's because it's something that you have to do. So now, like my eldest, she, if she's playing tennis, she won't pray on the tennis court because she's still conscious. She'll go to the swimming pool area and she'll go and pray. But she feels that she needs to do it because she's seen me do it. I don't know how long she will do it, but at least she knows what to go back to. And then I think just giving them the basis of Islam, where I feel like when I was growing up, everybody was like, oh, ये बहुत छोटी है, अभी इसको कोई बात नहीं है, अभी इसको ना नमाज ना आए, कोई बात नहीं, इसको भी कुरान नहीं आता, कोई बात नहीं अगर इसको ये सूरतें नहीं आती, उसके बाद कभी टाइम ही नहीं आता.
Yeah.
Like they get so caught up in everything. Well, what is the right age? Like ये right age होगी कि उसने स्कूल जाना है और उसने पढ़ाई करनी है.
और उसने admission test देने हैं.
उसने swimming करनी है, lessons में जाना है.
Competitions करनी है.
वो right age.
Man की right age is maybe 4 now.
Exactly. Like she needs to join MUN, but Islam की तरफ, maybe we'll give them some time. Like maybe they need some time. Why? Yeah. When you wait till they're in their teenagers, you can't just expect them to start praying. You can't just expect them to like start reciting Surah Yasin.
Yeah.
And I felt that, Allah maaf kare, when a couple of people passed away and my kids were there with me. And I remember as a kid, I didn't know what to do. My kids recited Surah Yasin there themselves because they know it.
Yeah.
So...
they know the entire surah?
They do, alhamdulillah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you began on this journey, how did it change like your mothering, and then how did you like transform
I'm not
teaching your kids?
Amazing person. I still lose my I try and be very calm. I do a lot of zikr. I try and remain calm and connected, but I still lose my temper. I still I'm very human.
Or just generally?
Generally, with the staff.
I do that too.
I try my best.
I just get upset and then I'm like...
Yeah.
I have like the 2-minute outburst.
Yeah, same. I have to, and then
and then I feel so bad, but
same. Then I have that guilt, but then I'm just saying this because nobody should feel like anybody is perfect in any way. Like everybody's on a journey and we're trying to perfect ourselves and trying to better ourselves always. I feel like that is the most important journey. But coming back to the question where for the kids, I feel like there's no perfect age. But I feel like it's really important to have them grow up with religion, as opposed to later on just having like one teacher who's teaching the kids. Nobody taught my kids how to pray. My youngest was 3, my eldest, badi wali was 4, and my eldest was 5.5, 6. When I just did this niyat, every Friday they're going to pray with me. it's now she's 12, mashallah, and every Friday we pray together, and one of them does the Jamaat. So my youngest was like 5 or 6 when she could read the namaz, Jamaat kanda. She could like make everybody sit behind her. So I feel like these things are so important, and people are like, oh my God, wow, like that's really amazing. It's not कि मैंने plan किया था, but it's just that I aligned my intentions in a way where I was like, maybe because I was bettering myself, God was just putting these things out for me. But I'm putting it out there for people because I feel like anyone who has kids who are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that is the age to get them to do, even if you do basic things, like stop listening to music in the car. I stop listening.
You don't listen to music?
I don't.
What about your kids? Do they ask you to listen
They
to
don't.
music?
They used to, so because they never listen to music.
Never?
Like, they listen to music when they're in their, and I as a writer, she's becoming a writer, inshallah, so she listens to her music while she's writing, while she's doing her homework. They listen to music in the house. But in the car, we choose not to listen to music.
But was this even before your journey to Islam?
No, it was 4 years ago. So
around the same time?
Yeah, around the same time.
So before that, you guys would listen to music in the car?
Yeah, before that.
And then how did you move? And what do you guys listen to now?
And now we do, because my journey from my house to the school is about 30-35 minutes. We do all our surahs in the car. We do Manzil in the morning for protection. Then we do Surah Yasin. And the girls memorize the 99 names of Allah also in the car. So we recite all of that. Then we just talk. Then we talk about general things, what we need to do, what needs to be done. And I think it's the best time that I get with my kids in the car.
And then when you pick them up, then what do you guys listen to? Or is just talking?
Just talking. Then we just talk on our journey back. We normally have to go for tennis. So tennis ke baad, we're just probably talking about like tennis or like discussing what happened in what homework needs to be done. But at least you're there. You're I try get devices now. I try get music now so that the kids are not distracted. They're actually there. They're talking to each other.
And talking to you.
Talking to me and talking to each other.
So once you pick up the kids, your day is just the kids. So you pick them up at 2?
2:30.
So 2:30 till what time do the Gurus sleep?
We do 7:38. I tuck them in bed.
So those 6 hours is you and the kids. So what's your routine? You pick them up from school and?
I pick them up from school, then we have, depending on what activity they have, like school, swimming or tennis, whatever. We go to my mom's, we change, they have lunch. We have Urdu tutoring some days as well there.
At that time?
At that time.
Right after lunch. Okay.
Uske baad we go for tennis. Uske baad, if we have swimming, then we go do swimming, and then I go take them back home. Then,
and what about homework?
We do homework and dinner and shower. They're either at home or we've started at mom's place. And then uske baad, once I put them to bed, then I have like a couple of hours, like 2 hours before, where I do my reading and just chilling. So I prefer not to watch TV or during the week as well.
Wow.
So
8 to 10, what do you do? You still don't want to go out with a friend at that time?
No way. That's the last thing that I want to do.
So you read the Quran? Or?
No. I read books. I read a lot of.
Or maybe your work you do then?
Yeah, I work in the morning. I try and finish all my work in the morning.
Okay.
So
both Funko and Giving Nest, everything. Really, you're able to finish it?
So I wake up, I drop the kids at 8, from 8 o'clock till 2:30, I have the entire day.
But you also have workout in that time and you have the Quran class.
I've got the Quran class 2 days a week. Then I've got my Funko weekly meeting that I have, so I have to supervise the staff and everything. Uske baad, pura din mera laga hi rehta hai unke saath, I'm on checking the cameras and just up to date with them. But I have once a week a physical meeting with them. And that's on a Tuesday. But then I have a lot of time in the middle of where I make sure that.
So do you feel to be an entrepreneur, you need to put in 8-10 hours, or you don't think that's needed?
So
is your business still growing? Are you hitting numbers?
So
even if you've cut down on the time?
Funko was my husband's brainchild, his baby, his everything.
But he handed it over to you.
Yeah, so
I still remember.
His basic thing was you run the operations and you run the staff because they're unbearable, basically. So he still manages, so I don't have to look at the accounts. Like I do look at the accounts because I've got a meeting with them weekly, but the basic accounts,
But most of Funko is you now.
Not really. Like I can't manage it without him. He does like all the check and balance of it, and he's on top of the accounts. He's obviously into finance more than I am. I've got a fashion background, so I can do like making sure that everything looks pretty and all the deals are working, and we're getting the people to come in. We're advertising, the marketing, all that kind of aspect I do. But the finances still is 100% Iman. He still manages that wherever he is, otherwise it's on hold till he comes back.
Yeah.
But the growing and where we're going to shut down.
But I remember you used to work like 12, 14 hours at Funko.
Yeah,
on Main Boulevard.
In the beginning.
And even at packages. But now that you've cut down on your time there, has that resulted in less growth or no?
I think now, Alhamdulillah, it's got its steady clientele, and Iman is working, like he's doing a lot of multiple other things, so I'm managing this. Obviously the kids are older as well. I can't put in the kind of hours that we did before. And that was just the growing stages, I think, and teething issues with, and like putting in the hours that everybody, like I had to physically be there to make sure that, you visited multiple times when I was like actually there. We did the morning classes, we did like your
so much.
Yeah. The Scaryammi.
But and I think the girls were also always at Funko with you.
Yeah, the
They were
younger
younger.
ones, they were not in school. Now the girls are like, mashallah, they're growing and they're like full-time routines, and so it's difficult for me. Abhi Boy, we were expanding and like thinking of doing a couple of other businesses here, and Iman was saying like if you can manage it, but then we opted not to do it because I'm just like we don't have the time. Like it's really, really tough.
And you don't want to take that time away from the girls.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel like it's not fair.
Yeah, that's so great. Were you brought up by a mom who was so present? Is that what makes you want to mother in this particular way?
I obviously have an amazing mother, but no, she was not, definitely not that
Present.
Like
How
we were a
come?
lot of cousins, we were a lot of, me and my brother, and I've got 2 brothers and a sister. So my brother and me are only 13 months apart. We were very close. So if we had to go, like because I grew up in between London, Dubai, and Lahore. So when I was in Dubai, I remember the most, like my middle school years and early high school, we would be pick and dropped with the driver. My dad would sometimes come and pick us up or like drop us
What
off.
was your mom doing at that time?
My mom would wake up for breakfast, but then she'd go back to sleep. She was, she had her own routine and all of that. So, uske baad we would go for tennis. We were always athletic.
But you would go with the driver, your mom wasn't there.
Yeah, or my uncle and my mom used to take us when we were all together. Then we used to go for riding, we used to do all of that, but my mother was not.
And is
not
that what makes you want to always be present?
I think maybe, but I also feel like there's just, you hear all these crazy stories and you see all these crazy stories, especially now that I'm working with these kind of people all the time. I hear the most insane stories about what happens, not just to girls, to boys also. Allah maaf kare. So I just feel like, obviously I hand over my affairs to God. That is our trust. But I feel like I have a physical presence that, and also I'm not working. I don't have a physical job. Like I can't not be with my kids because I'm choosing to go to a lunch,
Yeah.
So I feel like I have this personal struggle where I feel like I need to be present because after God, I am, responsible for them.
That's so great. Did this come because of your journey towards the Quran? Or was this
No,
always there?
I don't know. Maybe I've always, but Iman and I have always had this. Like, we don't send them on play dates alone. We don't send them with the drivers alone. We don't, and people are like, oh, this is helicopter parenting. I was like, I don't even know what that means, but this is just who I am. I've not followed anyone. I don't know who else behaves like this or who doesn't. I don't judge other people who, I see kids coming to school with their drivers and their little babies being carried by them, and it just makes me cringe. And I can't judge people because you don't know what journey, maybe, the parents have to work and, you don't know how they're coming to school or how they're sending them. But for me personally, I don't have an excuse. I just feel like I don't.
But you don't give yourself an excuse. Like, I think the majority of Lahori women don't work and yet they choose to.
Yeah, I mean, they choose a certain lifestyle because their priorities are different, but I've lived with them, like I've seen, it's very empty.
But you've been a part of that Lahori high society.
Oh my God, no way.
Where you would get a blow dry first thing in the morning and then
I still get my blow dries. I get them for myself.
But that's okay.
I get my blow dries. Wait, somebody was telling me, where are you going? I was like, I'm getting a blow dry. They're like, oh, where are you going tonight? I'm like, nowhere. I get a blow dry because I get it for myself.
Yes.
And that's the kind of mentality that I want my girls to have, that you don't need to, show people. You don't need to show people. You can find fulfillment in things, you can find happiness in things that are not related to obviously money.
Yeah.
Money is essential. Like there's no way, you can't travel, you can't, you need it for medical reasons, for everything. Like, obviously money is mandatory. But I feel like your life should not revolve around it. You shouldn't. I know people who make friends around it. I know people who, everything is around. Like everything.
But there was so much that you would do. Like, what about the big birthdays you would throw? Do you still like do big birthdays?
Now I do one big birthday. We did this time for the 3 girls. We did one big birthday instead of doing like 3 different ones.
Earlier, I think you would do 3.
Yeah.
So is that also?
It's
What
just
other
being
changes?
mindful. It's just being mindful. I feel like, God.
Do you still like buy all the brands for your girls?
I don't.
No?
Iman buys the brands. I don't buy brands for myself either. Or I just feel like it's such a waste of money. I feel like you can do so much more with that money. I would rather buy them something in gold and have it so that they can later on use it.
Yeah.
But
what about Iman? So Iman was also like, is he on the same journey as you? Is he on a different journey? Has it been hard? Like as you've transformed, has he transformed?
So I feel like we're different people, and he's not very religious, but I feel like he is very spiritual. He
doesn't pray 5 times.
He doesn't pray 5 times a day, but
neither does my husband. It like really hurts me sometimes.
But that's his journey. But one of my teachers said to me that you wouldn't be on your journey if you didn't have him.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is so true. Like my journey is my journey because I have the support of my husband, and that I have those mornings free where I can actually use my brain and my body and my time and my health towards the betterment of people or betterment of other people or myself, rather than just doing a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
So Iman he's on his own journey. He's goes through dips of some he prays when he feels like it. For him, it's more like I need to feel connected with God when I pray. That's his vision. I pray irregardless whether I'm connected, whether I'm not connected, because it's something that I feel like I have to do. It's not like God has given us a choice. कि जो feeling होगी तब pray करना है. It's you just have to pray. So he's more like he's because he's in finance, and he's very black and white about how he feels about things. But he's also he doesn't care about, he's never cared about what people think. He does what he feels is right, and he's very anti-corruption. He never follows anybody because of who they are or whatever.
Yeah.
So he has very high values, which I respect. And he's, mashallah, he's always been very motivated. He's always like, he's never sat on his ass and been like, oh, something's gonna happen. Like he's always like, pushed for betterment.
Like a go-getter.
Yeah, so I feel like he's, and God helps him. He has so much faith in God as well in that sense.
But do you ever talk to him about like praying, or no, you don't like?
I never
talk to him.
I never tell him.
Never.
I never. The only people that I can tell right now are the kids that you have to pray, like the elder one. Only the elder one. The other ones we pray on Friday. I don't want them to hate religion. I don't want them to feel like, oh my God, like it's a burden on us.
Yeah.
When we miss, like now in the class, because they understand the relevance of reciting certain things. So when if I miss Manzil or if I don't read Surah Mulk at night, they will call me and tell me, okay, we didn't read it, Mama. You didn't, why did you wait? Did you forget? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot, let's do it. So I feel like it needs to come from them, they shouldn't be pushed. But my eldest, I have to push her right now because she needs to remember, she keeps forgetting. So she misses some in the middle, which is, I guess, a part of her journey as well.
Yeah.
I started praying when I was maybe 12 or 13. And
your mom taught you or a Qari Sahib taught you?
Qari Sahib taught me.
So your kids don't have a Qari Sahib?
They do. They're learning Quran and Arabic from Qari Sahib, but for the namaz, surah, everything they learn from me.
Okay. So the Qari Sahib just does the Quran,
that's it.
The tajweed.
Just the tajweed. He just makes them recite so that they can have that pronunciation and everything.
But not the translations and all that you do?
No. Yeah, I do that, yeah.
Oh, okay. So when you began on this journey, did Eeman support you initially was he like, I don't understand?
No, he was always very supportive. He's always, we do our Friday prayers together sometimes as well, like all of us, even when the kids were younger. I mean, he'd rather that his kids are on this path than if they're
on drugs.
Or wanting to be on TikTok and
do your kids have social media?
They don't.
But do their friends have social media?
Yeah, some of them do.
And do they, does the elders say to you that?
So I think we've all been saying it for so long that you're not going to get a phone till you're 16, you're not going to get a phone till you're 16, so she kind of knows. So she has her iPad, she speaks to her friends, she's got a Pinterest account, so she speaks to them on that, and she has a limited time on that. But she's writing her book, so she's very busy when she comes
What's
home.
her book on?
It's on AI, and it's called The Way It Was. So it's basically how a woman is in the AI world and how she wants the life to be how it was before. She wants...
Cute.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, mashallah. I'm hoping that it comes out soon, inshallah.
Yeah. But Wardah, on this journey, have you I remember you were once telling me that you've seen a lot of transformations happen in your life. Even though I don't think you began this journey for the transformations, you began it for a spiritual need. What kind of transformations happened?
Transformation for myself?
Yeah,
or for...
and your life.
Yeah, in so many different aspects. I mean, when you have faith, I'm a very anxious person. I need things to be organized. I need things to be planned. Maybe anxiety aadi ho gayi because I do so much zikr.
Really?
I leave.
And you're not on any anti-anxieties?
No.
Were you on them before?
Never. I wasn't on them, but I knew that I would get anxiety over something really minimal. And then now I know that you've got to let things go. And now I see my sister going through similar things, oh my God, what's going to happen about this? I'm like this. There are things that are in our control. There are things that are not in our control. And you need to identify that something that's not in our control, hand it over to God. That is part of your faith. That is your tawakkul. Hand it over and say, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. God, I've given it to you. There are people who message me, they'll be like, hum log ye tasbih kar rahe the, itni der se hamari dua nahi kabool hui. Hamari ye kar rahe the, hamari ye kabool.
Yeah.
So that, the fact that you were able to even recite and ask God and not anybody else is also a very big blessing. And if he doesn't give you in this world, he'll give it to you in the next world. Or his timing, the timing for what you're asking for is not right. But I feel like there's no dua that goes unanswered. So I feel like we should constantly be in a state where we are mindful of God. And that's what reading the Quran for me has done. I feel like I'm God conscious in ways that I never was before.
And that's helped with your anxiety?
It's helped with everything.
Like what else?
Waking me up in the morning, everything.
Was that a struggle, Pele?
A very big struggle. I'm not a morning person. I've never been a morning person. Nobody in my family has been a morning person. And they're just like, tum pagal ho, so ab 5 baje kaun uthta hai? And how do you not sleep in the day? And I was like, before I sleep, I'm like, God, please don't make me tired. Please don't make me tired. When I wake up, just please make sure I'm fresh. And I do wake up fresh.
Wow.
So I feel like you're just mindful of all things. I go for my morning walk in the morning and I do all my zikr at that time. And I feel, I turn my phone on mute and I'm just connected to God. So it's not kept sirf Quran padho, you have to do like multiple things to build your connection and constantly work on your connection. We go to orphanages, we go to all these different places where, again, you see God, you see, you know, when you're helping somebody, why are you helping them?
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like my journey with God is a constant like thing. Then, you know, I read multiple books, which help me also grow in ways. Like I'm reading right now. I've been studying Islamic for the last 6 months, and I feel like it is so sad that we don't know what Islamic was. You know, I mean, we know him as Sir Islamic. That's it. We don't know that he was. Basically, he was a religious scholar. He was like such an incredible human being, and his faith and the way he talks about the Prophet and the way if you study his work, like it puts you to tears.
Yeah.
You know, his worker used to say, जब वो रात को कुरान पढ़ते थे, सुबह Quran used to be covered in tears. He said, मैं धूप में रखता था सुखाने के लिए, इतना बनाते थे पूरी रात. So on my birthday, I requested a few of my friends to come early morning at 8 o'clock to go and visit Islamic Bog.
Oh, is that what you did?
That's what we did. And I'd been to Bache Mosque so many times, and I'd never actually gone to Islamic Bog's tomb.
Even I haven't.
To go and recite Fatiha. So, and we went at 8 o'clock in the morning, and there were actually people who woke up for me to go to Islamic Bog's tomb at 8 o'clock. We did zikr there, and then we read dua for him and, you know, for all of us. And it was incredible. And you won't believe what usi din raat ko we had a qawwali in the fort that we had to attend. I had to attend with my parents, and we went there, and they said कि वहाँ पे parking नहीं है तो आप इस तरफ ले आए ना. So I was like, oh, Dad, this is where we entered in the morning to go to Islamic Bog's tomb. So Papa's like, you know, raat ka waqt, like 11:30, 12. He's like, can we go inside? And the guy was like, my parents are too old, so can they bring the car? And he's like, yeah. We entered the fort, and you're not allowed to come inside. There were no cars, and it was all lit up. And we went to his tomb again at night, and they opened the doors for us, me, my mom, my dad, and my sister. So we went in the morning, and then we went again at night.
Wow.
So everybody was saying, my pa was like, birthday
Wow.
But it was actually incredible.
Yeah. And have you know the concept of barakat, what does that mean to you? That there's like a lot of people ask for barakat in their time and barakat in their income and barakat in their
work. So the Prophet
work.
asked for two things. He used to ask for khair and he used to ask for barakat.
What does khair mean?
So khair means goodness, everything that's good in this world and the hereafter. We have no knowledge of what is good. You know, sometimes we might be like, oh, hame yehi chahiye, but that might not be for the betterment of, you know, us or our children or whatever we're asking for. So we have to believe that whatever happens, you do all the work that you have to do. You have to tie your camel, you've got to do the work, you've got to wake up in the morning, you've got to do your work, you've got to do your homework, you do all of that. Then you leave it to God. If it happens, amazing. If it doesn't happen, you have to believe that there is betterment in that. There's Allah's khair in that. You know, so there's khair in goodness and in what we believe is not good. So I believe that there's Allah's hand in everything. So when I read dua now, I don't read for specific things. I'll read for my kids, I'll read specific dua. For my husband, I read a specific dua, like, you know, for barakat in his rizq, and for my parents, for all that. But for myself, I only read, Ki Allah, you know what's best for me. Give me the khair and the barakat that I need in my life, in this world and the hereafter.
So what's barakat? If khair is goodness, what's barakat?
It's blessings. It's blessings in time.
So do you feel that your time now has more barakat?
It does, 100%.
How?
Because I'm more present in my time. If I spend my days sleeping, there's hardly barakat in my time.
Yeah. But is that what would happen before the Quran became a part of your life?
Yeah, I would just drop the kids and I'd take a nap, like a nice nap till 11, 12. then you pick up the kids, and then you do whatever you have to. But
wow, so your lifestyles changed.
yeah, of course.
Because of the Quran, like in big ways.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like there's so much, and Iman's always been a morning person. Like he loves the mornings. He loves like.
And you would be asleep.
Yeah, he did the 5 a.m. club way before I did it. So he would wake up at 5 a.m. because Robin Sharma could.
Yes, I do that too.
So he did that, and I was like, it's the same thing, but it's just a different way to look at it. Because there is barakat at that time, and not barakat when you stay up till 5. Is
that what you would do earlier? Yeah. Stay up till 5?
Yes. We could easily stay up till 3, 4 o'clock, easily.
And so that's all changed.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
my parents still pray Fajr and sleep.
And that used to be your lifestyle.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. And what about risk? Like I know, what do you consider risk to be? Do you think risk is income? Do you think it's lifestyle? Like what is risk?
I think risk is everything. I think risk is having a halal income, of course, having food on your table. Risk also is your children. Risk is your home. Risk is everything. So everything that God is, that's tangible and that, is in this world is a form of risk. And I think that we should pray for barakat in our risk and khair in our risk. And, there are two things that the Prophet and Hazrat Ali mention a lot is that your health and your time, you don't know when they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
That really, I think that is one thing that really, really struck me. Okay, I can be like, when I'm 50, I'll be like, मैं बैठ के किसी orphanage कोई old home में जाके बैठ जाऊँगी या कुछ कर लूँगी लोगों के लिए या कुछ. आपको time guaranteed नहीं है. I don't know if I'm going to be alive. I need to leave a legacy behind that people know that she didn't just live. She did things for other people that, could not do anything in return for her. So I feel like these things everybody should make a priority when they have their health.
Yeah.
जब आपको कोई parent बीमार होता है या when a parent passes away now, a lot of people in the admin group of the Giving Nest as well. It's incredible. Pehle people would call me कि कहाँ पे best sale लग रही है, where are you going in the summer के क्या plans हैं, इस weekend कौन सी party हो रही है, कहाँ जा रहे हैं. Allah maaf kare, I feel like that was, but I feel like that's also a journey. But now people call, they'll be like, our parents have passed away, we need to give sadaqah, we need to give zakat, where should we give it? And can you give it in like trustworthy places? Can you give it to this place? And then we will tell them कि अगर हम दे रहे हैं exact इस जगह पे दे रहे हैं, इस exact इस जगह पे use होगा, and they can actually go and see it themselves as well. People call us कि हमारा बच्चा बीमार हो गया, where do we take them? Then we've got people at Children's Hospital. They'll be like, you can go. We'll just give one call and आपका सारा treatment हो जाएगा. We have people who बच्चे abduct हो गए हैं या कोई बच्चों का case हो गया. So you have this kind of thing where people are like, हमारे पास इतने पुराने कपड़े हैं, what do we do with them? We have like monthly or every 2 monthly we've got these drives and we don't get people to do it, we do it ourselves. Like we're like 8 or 9 admin members जो सारे कपड़े अलग करते हैं, like सारे sizes के हिसाब से सारे उसके. Then we see all the different orphanages we work with, all the staff help that we have. लोगों की शादियाँ हो रही, शादी के हमारे पास इतने कपड़े आते हैं, then we keep those for like weddings. We do so. People call you for this kind of stuff now. And I feel like that for me makes it I feel like your value in life increases.
Yeah.
Like there's more, you're not just one-dimensional.
Yeah.
There's so many dimensions that human beings can, and everybody can do it. मुझे कोई कह रहा था एक दफा कि how do you go to an orphanage? This was like one of the initial times that we started. I was like, you get in the car and you just drive up to the orphanage and you go inside. But लोगों को ये भी नहीं पता कि like आप किस तरह जा सकते हैं, like how can you just turn up at an orphanage?
Yeah.
So we do the whole volunteer program as well, where we take everybody with us, and especially Ramzan ke andar now we're starting. We had our first meeting last week So it's going to be like 30 days of feeding more than inshallah 200 people every day, and different venues, different locations. You've attended our iftars so many times.
Yeah.
So again, that opens up so many doors for us. Like
how do you make, like now that Ramzan's inshallah coming up, how do you plan to make it mindful and transformational for yourself and your girls? Like what preparation do you do, and what would you recommend to like other moms?
So for Giving Nest, we've made an entire calendar where everybody knows what they have to do. We all do like maybe 5 iftars maximum, 4 or 5 iftars in the entire month. So
it's not every single day.
It's every single day, but it's a different admin member every single day.
Oh, okay.
So personally, you only attend like 4 or 5. So you're not taking time away from your own family as well. Like Ramzan is very important that you're with your family. For the children, I feel like we have I make a Islamic corner kind of thing where we all pray together, all our prayers, and then we have a sadaqah box there where every day we give money away. Weekly we'll go and we'll either add it to the Giving Nest thing, or we'll do our own iftar separately, and just like generally making sure that the kids are more active and they're aware and they know that this is a time where blessings are multiplied. So you need to make that effort, and especially in the last 10 days, even if they do a little bit, whatever they can do, just more than the bare. जो आपका base है ना, उससे आपने बस थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा करना है. The rest, like God kind of puts it in play. I don't think anyone can plan कि मैंने 20 तरावियाँ पढ़नी है हर रोज़, या मैंने maybe लोग करते भी होंगे, but I'm not one of those. I kind of go with like how I feel. And I set my intentions कि मैंने ये करना है.
So what is your intention for this Ramzan?
We're starting inshallah, you probably got the message as well, we're doing the Quran, the full Quran, inshallah, Dore Quran. So that's going to be 40 days. It's 2 hours.
Wow. When does it start?
It's starting 10 days before Ramzan on the
8th.
8th, yeah. It's starting on the 8th of Feb. It's going to be non-stop.
And it's morning.
I did it 2 years ago. And then we didn't do it last year. It's very tough. It's very tough because it's non-stop for 2 hours while you're fasting in the morning. It's going to be 10 to 12 inshallah. So I'm not planning to do that. Varna normally I do it myself. I read the entire Quran. Uske baad, just doing my own ibadat. Like I feel like I can connect best when I'm alone. So I do like my Isha, then I do Tarawih, then I sleep, then I wake up.
Oh, you do Tarawih?
Yeah.
Every day?
Not every day.
But you do it at your own place?
Yeah, I do it myself. And I also do, sometimes I do 8. I know there's some people who say siram 20 hoti hain, I do 8. Then I go to sleep, and then I wake up like a little bit before Fajr, so I can do my tahajjud, and then Sari, and then you're on with your day.
Yeah, wow. But for people who maybe are just starting out on this journey, what would you recommend, like the first step be?
I think the first step is just making that niyat that I want to take this first step. उसके बाद making sure that it's consistent. अगर एक छोटा सा भी step है कि मैंने 1 page कुरान का पढ़ना है, तो मैंने वो 1 page पढ़ना है. Come like just like दुनिया की सारी काम जो होते हैं यार. When you say, Kaisa asked us like a couple of days ago, how do you spell love? He asked the entire class. And we were all like silent. We were like, L-O-V-E.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's T-I-M-E. It's time. He's like, the way you spell love is time. And he's like, if you tell me that you love God, he's like, how much time are you giving God in the entire day? How much time are you giving to the person that he's created the whole world for, the Prophet and his family? So he's like, you need to make time. And I feel like I do a lot of my own reading on the Prophet, on his family, on Hazrat Ali, on so many people they're like, oh, ye to sirf Shia karte hain, nahi, ye sirf Shia nahi karte. They are the children of the grandchildren of the Prophet.
Yeah.
And loving them is a part of our religious duty.
Yeah.
So I think everybody needs to do their own research. They need to and just make their own connection of love with God. You know, I think that we should not aim for, oh, okay, we just don't want to burn in hell. You want to be in heaven because you want to see God.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be in the presence of God. And I think that dynamic changed how I look at things. Like, it doesn't seem like a burden. Religion should not be a burden. You know, repeatedly Quran mein aata hai na कि हमने आपके लिए मुश्किल नहीं बनाया, हमने आपके लिए मुश्किल नहीं बनाया. You know, हमने आपकी ज़ुबान में लेके आए हैं, हम आपके लिए, because this should not be a burden to you. People feel like it's a burden because their priorities are warped.
Yeah.
You know, when you have 1 billion, when you're worrying about कि आपने इफ्तारी के लिए क्या कपड़े पहनने हैं और आपने कौन सी इफ्तारी पे जाना है या आपने अपने घर में इफ्तारी होस्ट करनी है.
And then it's inconvenient to take out time for the Quran.
Void. So then you have to obviously you have to prioritize what's important to you.
Yeah.
But you need it's constant. You need to discipline yourself. You need to discipline your mind. You need to discipline. You need to see what's important. You need to compare results. Like, I think there's a lot of things that come into play. But 100%, there's no way. Yeah, I wake up every day and I'm like, oh yay, like let's do tahajjud right now. No, it doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
Like there's some days where I'm like, it's too cold. I can't do this.
Yeah. Or even if you're doing it, you're doing it more as a routine, but not with.
Yeah, but you see, so with praying tahajjud, you have the option that you can do it or you can't do it, right?
Yeah.
Praying, you don't have the option. You've got to pray 5 times a day, whether you feel like it. Just like brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
You know, you don't feel like brushing your teeth.
You
have to do it. It's you know, it protects you. It's for your hygiene. It's for your soul's hygiene. So, you know, my dad is a very spiritual person. So he's always, I think, instilled these little things in us. Like he would always tell us, I was like, oh, Dad, I just worked out as a kid, like maybe 14, 15 years old. And he's like, Acha, so what workout did you do for your soul?
Really? You say those things?
I'm like, yeah, what do I need to work out my soul for? And now I realize that it's so important to work out your soul. I was like, you used to ask me these questions, but you never told me the path. You never showed me the path. You never told me, you know, you were fluent in Arabic. You never told me, like, Arabi paro, we were in Dubai. That would have been so much easier.
Yeah.
But I guess everything has a time and place. And he's like, I just didn't think you were ready. And I was like, that's really sad.
Took many years.
Maybe I would have been ready before.
Yeah, if you had the right coach. But in your journey towards Quran, like your parents have now joined it, your khalas joined it, like so many, or were these people already on the journey?
No,
because I know at your Quran class it's held at your mom's house and your parents are always there and your khalas there, your khalus there, and I don't know if your sister and brothers join in.
They're all in London.
But do they join in?
When they come, whenever they're visiting, they always come.
Oh, really? Yeah. So has your journey also transformed your family?
Of course. My father is fluent in Arabic. My daughter used to give dars to Arab women in Arabic in Saudi because she lived there, grew up there. But, you know, obviously what my dad is learning now, he's like, I've never learned like this. Like, he's like, it's incredible. And because my dad knows all the ayats that he's already, like, you know, reciting or teaching us, it's a different connection. And it'll be the first time that we're doing Dua Quran here at their place.
Oh.
I used to go to another place before to do it with the same qaris.
And what about your mom? What's her journey been?
She's been a very moderate Muslim. Like, she's obviously always prayed. She's been spiritual, but she's very like in the middle. Like, she's never like recited too much or too little. But now she's doing a lot more. Like, I think because, you know, it's just how God explains it and the way he makes you feel like, you know, these things do change your life. And then you start seeing things like, you know, changing and then...
So what changed in your life?
Yeah, people's attitudes, like just things that used to stress me out. The situation ekdam se badal jati hai. I'm stressed over something and Allah just resolves it in a way and you're just like, oh, I don't know why I was stressing over this thing, like, you know... and it happens so much that, you know, you just start seeing God's hand in everything. So now, like, when I'm stressed, I say, okay, you know, I'm not going to be stressed because I'm leaving it to you. You know, you have to do this, you have to fix it. And it's done.
Wow.
And if it's not done, I believe that there's something better that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I don't get depressed or upset or on
And you
outcomes.
used to?
I would be upset, definitely. Depressed, I wouldn't say. I've always been a very optimistic person. I've never, but I feel like now everything, I feel like, me moving here, there was a purpose that God had for us to be here. There was a purpose that God had for me to raise my kids in this environment. I would not have been able to expose them and show them the kind of things that they've seen here. And then, alhamdulillah, we travel enough, the kids get to see, the rest of the world as well, so they know what's happening. But I feel like there was a reason why God chose, me to be in a certain place at a certain time. Like a lot of people say, कि तुम वापस क्यों आई? Like, why did you guys move back? Itne people ask, now are you planning to move? I was like, I obviously, like, I have plans for my kids, wherever they inshallah want to go to college and all that. But I feel like right now they're in a good school. They're learning so much more here than what they would learn anywhere else. So I feel like they're in a good place.
Do you feel you're in a good place?
I am, alhamdulillah. I'm always grateful for wherever I am. I feel like there's a reason why God has chosen to put me in that place. And right now I feel like there's no place in the world that I could have had the growth that I've had if I was not here. With, the house help, and then, the kids' school timings, and, having help to drive them, and everything. Like, I just feel like I don't think I'd be able to have the time or even the energy, to do a lot of things that I can do right now. And that's why I feel even more responsible to doing things.
So I know you do a lot of zikrs, and like I've often asked you for du'as and zikr. What's your favorite zikr?
I have different zikrs for different times, but I feel like God's names like are one of.
So do you do all 99, or is there a particular name you really like?
Depending on like what.
You're doing the zikr for, but like what's like your daily favorite zikr?
I do Ya Salam Ya Mu'min Ya Allah, which is for peace. I do that every day 100 times. I do Astaghfirullah a lot. I do Durood a lot, Chota Durood. I'd say they're one of my top favorites. I do that a lot. I do Alhamdulillah a lot.
And do you do like a number, or you just do it?
If someone is starting off, I think the most important thing is that you do obviously one of God's names. You can even just do Ya Rahman Ya Rahim, which encompasses everything. And then you do Astaghfirullah, Alhamdulillah, and do Chota Durood, which is...
You think that's a good way to start?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to start. And I think zikr is not... I do numbers. Yeah, I do numbers.
Why?
I do numbers because I do different kinds of zikrs. So I do... I have a count that I do for everything. And then... I just feel like it keeps me mindful. So I never used to do zikr. I've started zikr properly, I think a year ago. So it's been a year. And I always have the counter in my hand because I've got one next to my bedside, I've got one in the car, because I lose them so often as well. Then I've got one which is in my bag. And I'm constantly doing zikr. I feel like it just makes you mindful and very, very present. And it protects you from a lot of things.
That's so great.
When you're talking about somebody, when you're about to talk about somebody, it can stop you, it can remind you. Like there are so many instances where I'm about to say something and then I'm like, no, you're not gonna say it. So I feel like being present, zikr teaches you that. And it's just constantly, like your heart is constantly just reciting God's name, and that has to have some connection with God. He has to allow you to do this.
Great. Well, it's been so good to talk to you, Wardah.
It's always a pleasure. I should speak to you.
And I think a lot of the tips that you gave would hopefully help people as as Ramzan starts. And
inshallah. I just hope that nobody should feel like anyone's better than them, or anyone's on a bigger journey, or anyone's on a different journey. We just all need to begin our journey. I feel like that is the most important thing, that you need to be mindful and intentional कि हमने शुरू करना है, and bus up. You just like start walking towards God, and then He makes His own paths.
Really?
100%.
And you've seen that happen?
100%. I never planned anything. I never planned कि मैंने ये बच्चों के साथ ये recite करना है, मैंने giving nest करना है, मैंने ये I never planned it.
You just attended that one Quran
Yeah,
class.
it just happens organically. It just happens, like people start coming to you, they'll be like, oh, this is happening, can you help us with this? This is happening, can you? And then like doors just keep opening, and like different doors. He's the opener of doors.
Wow.
So, you know, it's never ending. But you need to open your heart, and you need to open your, like, you know, just start on the journey. Start walking on the path.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayesha.
Thank you everybody for watching. I hope with Ramzan coming up, Wardah's stories about her own journey and what she does on a daily basis, how she prepares for Ramzan, will help all of you prepare for Ramzan and have the best Ramzan possible. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, comment and subscribe.